welcome back, and I hope you guys are doing well. This video might be a little bit different. I wanted to just kind of do a quick rundown about this particular camera and this particular setup. So if in case you know a little bit about this is a Panasonic Lumix S9, and S9 is one of the most compact looking and compact feeling full frame camera that you can actually get at this point of time, because it's pretty much affordable, and probably it's one of the most compact looking full frame camera that you can get, which actually just works and kind of makes it quite comfortable when you kind of travel along. But here's where the problem with this particular camera is that this is a full frame camera, so that means every lens that you try to adapt is actually big. So for example, if I kind of show you this particular one, this is the Panasonic like 70 to 300, which is a big one, and if you compare the camera body itself, it's too big for this camera body, and something that I feel like isn't that much of justifying when it comes to this particular camera. So if in case you want to just use a compact lens, and probably there's nothing as such which is compact and also which has autofocusing system inbuilt into it, this is the only lens that is so compact and small enough that you can actually adapt and use it. This is the 26mm f8 lens, and it's a manual only lens. Unfortunately, it doesn't support autofocusing at this point of time, and there's no motors inbuilt to it, so you are just to use it as a manual lens altogether. But an alternate combination, I would say, if in case you're practically looking to use this as a easy travel camera, then get this one. This is the Sigma 10-18 f2.8 APS-C lens. Of course, it's an APS-C lens, but you are almost getting like 15 to 28 or 30 somewhere of focal length full frame terms, and f3.9 at a constant aperture across this focal length when you actually translate it to a full frame equivalent. So on APS-C it's 10-18, on a full frame it's somewhere around 15 to 28 somewhere, which is actually pretty good in my opinion. And as well as f3.9 or 3.8ish aperture, which is actually good in my opinion, which can be used for something like this. And I've been kind of trying to do this for a pretty long time, but I never kind of got some time, and today randomly I thought, why not just do a quick recording as if it's just like pretty much a vlog kind of a thing, and walk around and show you how this actually works. So I'm actually recording in the MP4 Lite format, and as I told you guys, like, it's one of the best format that you can actually use for social media content, like just kind of record, upload kind of stuff, not really worrying about editing and all stuff. And this is how it looks. I'm actually walking around in my living room with this particular setup at the focal length of 10mm, and of course the stabilization is basically only the sensor stab, because this lens is not a stabilized lens, so there is nothing as such that is kicking in from both of the factors. It's only the sensor stabilization that's actually working now, and you can see how it actually works and feels. Low. I want to just kind of do a little bit of walk here and there so that you can get the feeling of how it actually kind of feels and looks like. Now if I just go back a little bit, the ISO of my camera is somewhere around like 5000, and you can still see that it actually works at pretty much 64,000 ISO as well. It's pretty much clean and good enough. That's really appreciable, because this is APS-C equivalent now, so it does kind of work pretty much normally. And here you see I'm actually having a light which is actually hitting the rooftop, so it's a little bit controlled environment, and the shutter speed is like 125. I actually set the camera in the shutter priority, so it's kind of doing all of this shutter adjustment based on the aperture and all that stuff. Probably I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but this video is all about getting a view and feel of how this particular focal length would actually look on Lumix, any kind of the Lumix S series of cameras. If in case you have S9, it actually makes a lot of sense because it's compact and goes well with this particular lens. And this is at 10mm, and let me actually zoom in, and this is at 18mm, so you can actually get the feeling of what I'm actually talking about, right? 10, 18, 10, 18, 10. And well, I bought this used from eBay because I was basically looking for this lens for, did I say it right? I was basically looking for this lens for quite a bit of time, but I never got a used one. And luckily recently, maybe like 3 months back, I was just searching around on eBay and I got this one for about like 350 or 340 bucks somewhere, which actually is quite good in my opinion, because this lens, as I said, is almost equivalent to full frame 14 to 28 released by Panasonic. So it just covers the same focal length almost at the same constant aperture of 3.8 or 3.9, which actually is good for something like this. So that concludes this video, guys. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you feel about this. I mean, this is something that I never thought of doing, but I randomly just kind of decided to do this, and I'm gonna just edit all of this on my iPhone. I'm gonna also upload it through my iPhone just to see how well it works, because I did pretty much good talking about this particular MP4 Lite format in the previous video. So I feel like it would make sense to use this format a lot more, so that editing is easy rather than I kind of kicking in my laptop and kind of doing all this fancy stuff, which kind of doesn't make sense all the time, because not every day you kind of get to sit here and edit in front of this PCs and all. It doesn't make sense all the time. So sometimes you have to just use the most efficient and easiest way option available. So I'm going to use my phone today and edit and upload everything pretty much straight off my iPhone 15 Pro Max. So with that, I will just go on and conclude this, and we'll catch up with you guys in the next episode. Take care. Bye bye.